At Capella University, learning online doesn't mean learning alone. You'll get support from people who care about your success, like your enrollment specialist who gets to know you and the goals you'd like to achieve. You'll also get a designated academic coach who's with you throughout your entire program. Plus, career coaches are available to help you navigate your professional goals. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
Rinse takes your laundry and hand-delivers it to your door, expertly cleaned and folded. So you could take the time once spent folding and sorting and waiting to finally pursue a whole new version of you. Like Tea Time You. Or this Tea Time You. Or even this Tea Time You.
Said you hear about Dave?
Or even Tea Time You.
So update on Dave.
It's up to you. We'll take the laundry. Rinse. It's time to be great.
It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily. 5 Essential Mindsets for Simple Living by Jennifer Berger of SimplyFiercely.com. And I'm Justin Malik. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Optimal Living Daily, or the OLD podcast, where you can start or end your day on the right foot by simply listening to the best articles I can find, always with permission from the authors. So with that, let's get right to today's post on simple living as we optimize your life. 5 Essential Mindsets for Simple Living by Jennifer Berger of SimplyFiercely.com. When I first started exploring simple living, I remember feeling overwhelmed by all the changes I wanted to make. I knew I desperately needed to declutter my home, become less busy, and get my spending under control, and only then could I have the slow, intentional life of my dreams. Or so I thought. Looking back now, I know that external changes like decluttering are only one piece of the puzzle. The real key to simplifying your life is learning how to think differently. When you develop the essential mindsets for simple living, you experience meaningful change from the inside out. This is so important because honestly, if you don't change your thoughts and beliefs, everything else is superficial. It doesn't matter how much you slow down or declutter. If you're not in the right headspace, then you're not going to feel different in the long term. If you're craving simplicity in your life, try developing these 5 mindsets first, and then watch as your external reality begins to reflect your inner beliefs. Mindsets for simple living. Number 1, I know what matters to me. First and foremost, if you want to simplify your life, you must cultivate the confidence and clarity to both define and defend what matters most to you. This might sound deceptively easy, but how well do you really know your values and priorities? At the heart of things, living a simple life means choosing what matters over the non-essential. It requires saying no to many good opportunities in order to create time and space for the things that make you feel alive. Sometimes these choices are simple, like turning down dinner with friends because it's your son's birthday, but it's not always so straightforward. What about a new job that requires extensive travel and time away from home? Or a bigger home with more space and a bigger mortgage? There are no right or wrong answers, and these are never easy decisions. But when you know what truly matters to you, you have the confidence to follow your heart instead of the status quo. This is how you create space in your home, your schedule, and your mind, all of which contribute to simple living. Number 2, I am not defined by what I own. Most of us know, in theory, that we are not defined by the things we own, but do your actions ever contradict this belief? I say this with compassion because I'm still a work in progress. Sure, I've come a long way over the years. Check out my minimalist story for more details. But this doesn't mean it's easy. For example, I have 2 young children, and I often catch myself believing that owning certain toys or books will make me a better parent. When I notice these thoughts, I have to step back and remind myself of what I believe in. It's a continual process, and I don't always listen to my inner voice, but with practice, this mindset is becoming stronger and stronger. The more I believe in my self-worth, the less I'm tempted to define myself by what I own, or to a certain extent, by the things I do as well. Number 3, my time is valuable. Speaking of self-worth, How highly do you value your time? Do you treat it as a limited commodity worth protecting, or do you freely give it away without consideration? If you want to find balance in life and experience the ease that comes with simple living, you must believe your time is valuable and act accordingly. More time equals freedom to live slowly and on your own terms. Here are a few questions that will help you recognize if you need to value your time more. Do I set clear boundaries with others, or am I too quick to sacrifice my time and energy? Am I aware of the relationships between time and money? Most people trade their time for money via their job. Do I often waste my time or money on things of little value? How much time do I spend each day caring, cleaning, and maintaining my physical possessions? Are these items really worth the time I've sacrificed? If you're unhappy with any of your responses, try writing a list of all the things you do if you had more time. Then next time you're tempted to sacrifice your time, take a look at your list and pay attention to what you're really giving up. This will help you see the value of your time and hopefully empower you to protect it. Number 4, I can balance intentions with expectations. When I was pregnant with my first child, a yoga instructor taught me something powerful about balancing intentions with expectations. We were discussing childbirth, but honestly, it's relevant to everything in life, so stick with me. Imagine for a moment that you're shooting an arrow. While the arrow is in your bow, you close one eye, focus on the target, and do your best to aim for the bullseye. But then you let go. The arrow flies forward and you're no longer in control. No matter how good your aim or how skilled you are, a sudden gust of wind could blow your arrow off course and there's nothing you can do about it. The moral of this story is no matter how much you prepare for childbirth or anything in life, sometimes things don't go to plan. This doesn't mean you shouldn't bother preparing, you still aim for the target. But once you let go of what you can control, you release your expectations. Simple living requires this same delicate balance. You should absolutely make intentional choices about your life, but you should also know how to let go of expectations when things are beyond your control. This is the ebb and flow that leads to simplicity from the inside out. And number 5, I know how much is enough. For many people, a lack of simplicity stems from a constant feeling of not enoughness, not enough time, not enough money, not thin enough, not smart enough. The list goes on and on. There's always something else to chase, and as a result, life is never simple or slow. Of course, we tell ourselves that someday things will be better. We just need to buy one more thing, earn a bit more money, or get through one more busy season at work. But you know how it goes, right? One more thing turns into one more thing, and so it continues. It can feel like you're trapped in a never-ending cycle, but the good news is you have the power to stop anytime. All you need to do is cultivate a mindset of enoughness. Ask yourself questions like, how much do I need to be happy? If I'm not happy now, why do I think blank will make me any happier? What do I need to sacrifice to have more? Is it worth it? Or can I learn to be happy with what I have? As with most things, there are no right or wrong answers, but clearly defining what enough means to you is the foundation of simplifying. Instead of endlessly chasing more, and more, you can create boundaries and space to enjoy the simple things in life. You just listened to the post titled 5 Essential Mindsets for Simple Living by Jennifer Berger of SimplyFiercely.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Thank you to Jennifer. I definitely agree with her main point that simple living doesn't just come from the external alone, it's internal too, if not more so. You can declutter all you want, but if your mindset doesn't change, you'll probably end up right back where you started. And all 5 of her points were great, but the third one, my time is valuable, stood out to me because it reminds me of one of my favorite books, which was actually required reading for me in business school. It's called Your Money or Your Life. The authors talk about how important it is to think about money, especially expenses, in terms of your life energy. So for example, if your wage comes out to, let's say, $25 an hour after taxes, that new $200 item that you're thinking about buying isn't just $200, it's really 8 hours of your life that you had to trade for it. That's a fact. When you start looking at your spending through that lens, it completely changes your perspective. You have to ask yourself in that situation, is this thing really worth a full working day of my life? I thought that was a great way to better understand the value of your time. And as Jennifer says, to start protecting it. That can lead to wanting less, which is what's truly needed to live a simpler life. So hopefully that helps for our Minimalist Monday. With that, have a great rest of your day and week, and I'll be back tomorrow reading to you where your optimal life awaits.